A while ago, I made a video about all the times a world championship in WWE was left vacant. Well, it turns out Vacant's been a busy boy, and he's won a lot more championships than just that. So with that in mind, I thought I'd make a sequel to my old video and see how many Intercontinental championships this man has to his name. Vacant's first run with the Intercontinental Championship came following WrestleMania 6, as the Ultimate Warrior left the belt behind to focus on defending the world title he'd won from Hulk Hogan. 3 weeks later, Mr. Perfect defeated Tito Santana in the finals of a tournament to be crowned the new champion. In 1993, Shawn Michaels was stripped of the title after having not defended it within 30 days. At least that was the kayfabe reason. In reality, he had tested positive for steroids and was suspended. A battle royal was held for the title, which came down to Razor Ramon versus Rick Martel. The two then had a singles match, which was won by Ramon, kicking off the first of his 4 Intercontinental title reigns. 2 months later, though, Michaels returns claiming to be the real champion, which led to their iconic ladder match at WrestleMania 10. Vacant's next 2 runs with IC Gold were almost identical and equally weird. In both 1995 and 1996, a championship match ended in controversy, which led to the belt being held up. But 1 week later, the original champion simply won the belt back in a rematch, which makes you wonder what the point of vacating it was in the first place. This happened with Jeff Jarrett defeating Bob Holly in April 1995, and Goldust defeating Savio Vega in April 1996. Vacant got a more substantial run with the title later on in 96, when Ahmed Johnson had to give up the belt due to injuries sustained in an attack by Farouk. Farouk would then enter the tournament for the vacant title and get all the way to the final before being defeated by Mark Merrow. A small spoiler before we continue. I know this isn't the first time I've mentioned that the IC title was won in the finals of a tournament, and it's not going to be the last. In 1997, Vacant had what's almost certainly his highest profile IC title reign. He won it from Stone Cold Steve Austin, who, following his neck injury at SummerSlam 97, had to not only give up the IC title, but his half of the tag belts as well. Another tournament was held, and it was won by Owen Hart, the man Austin took the title from. He beat Farouk in the finals. And yes, this is the second year in a row that Farouk lost the finals of an IC title tournament. And no, before you ask, Ron Simmons never did hold the Intercontinental Championship. 1998 was the 4th year in a row that Vacant won the belt, and again he defeated a megastar, this time Triple H, who could no longer continue to carry the title due to a serious knee injury. 3 days later, we had a new champion in Ken Shamrock, who beat X-Pac in, you guessed it, the finals of a tournament. Next, we have possibly the strangest win of Vacant's career. On the last SmackDown in 1999, a championship match between Chris Jericho and Chyna ended in a double pin. And so for the next few weeks, the two were recognized as co-Intercontinental champions. The storyline didn't go over well with fans, and so at the 2000 Royal Rumble, Jericho beat Chyna and Hardcore Holly in a triple threat to clear up the title confusion. WWE have retroactively deemed this co-championship reign to be a vacation of the title. So that's another title win for our boy. We now come to the longest Intercontinental title reign of Vacant's career, but honestly, he might wish he never had it. But first, a bit of backstory. In 2002, the brand split was starting to take effect, and the IC title started to be unified with other mid-card belts. First there was the European title in July, and then the Hardcore title in August. Quick sidebar for those who are wondering, Vacant does have one reign with each of these belts. With the European and Hardcore titles now history, the Intercontinental title was next. Yes, you heard me correctly. WWE actually deactivated the Intercontinental Championship in 2002. They had Kane defend the title against Triple H's World Heavyweight Championship in a winner-take-all match at No Mercy 2002, which Triple H won. And so, you didn't see the Intercontinental Championship for 7 months. If the title had never come back, then I would not have counted it as part of Vacant's legacy. But thankfully, Stone Cold Steve Austin brought back the title in May the next year, and Christian won it in a Battle Royal at the Judgment Day pay-per-view. In 2004, Edge dropped the title due to a groin injury, and 6 days later, Chris Jericho beat Christian in a ladder match for his 7th of what would become 9 Intercontinental Championship reigns. 10 years would go by before Vacant could hold the Intercontinental title again. On that occasion, it was bad news for Wade Barrett, whose fourth reign with the title was ended by a shoulder injury. 3 weeks later, Vacant dropped the title to The Miz, who last eliminated Dolph Ziggler in a Battle Royal at Battleground. And finally, Sami Zayn was stripped of the championship after refusing to compete during the COVID-19 pandemic. So Vacant had one more reign with the title, this one lasting a month. He then lost it in the way he's lost it so many times before, in the finals of a championship tournament, with AJ Styles defeating Daniel Bryan on SmackDown. But wait, we've actually got a bonus round, as Vacant is also a one-time IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Shinsuke Nakamura did more to elevate that championship than anyone in the history of New Japan Pro Wrestling. When it was announced he was signed with WWE, the title was held up. 3 weeks later, it was won by Kenny Omega, who beat Hiroshi Tanahashi to claim the belt. So there you have it, 12 WWE Intercontinental Championships and 1 IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Vacant lost the title due to a tournament on 5 separate occasions, and he lost it in a Battle Royal twice. As much as I like the guy, it would be a shame for him to be the one to end the historic Gunther title reign, but time will tell. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting the like button, sharing it around, and subscribing to the channel.